Hello, everyone out there in Rumble, X, and YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows. I, of course, am Diego, and today we're going to talk some more about Babygirl. Okay, this abortion of a movie that was released upon us last year in 2024. A movie that glamorizes a 57-year-old Botoxed up woman cheating on her husband. With a young man, a man who would get charged with sexual harassment, sexual assault, okay, all sorts of things in the real world. But in this movie, he's sexy. All right, so so he gets a pass on everything that the average guy would get charges thrown at him for, okay, or lose his job, whatever. Okay, in this movie, that doesn't happen. Okay. Because this movie is written by a lesbian and directed by a lesbian, a failed actress who hates men, and this is how she gets back at all the theater directors that refused to cast her. Because she started off as an actress. All the theater directors that refused to cast her in movies, or they fired her or whatever after they hired her because she wasn't pretty enough, or whatever the hell it was. Helena Rain. That's her name. Helena Rain. It's Dutch. Okay. She came up with this idea of a movie. She wrote and directed it herself. This is her third movie. Okay. And she hates men, which I guess gives you a green light in Hollywood, because that's what they're looking for. That's what the awards, the Cannes Festival, that's what they look for. They look for women that hate men, because that's considered a good thing. Okay. If you're a libtard. If you're a decent human being, it's not considered a good thing. Any more than hating women is considered a good thing. It's not. Okay? Any movie that depicts adultery as something good, okay, is not it's not a good person doing that. Okay? Yes. There are lots of distractions in this world, okay? There's a lot of things that provide pleasure. There's drugs, there's sex, there's fame, there's hard work. There's a lot of things out there that can provide temporary pleasure, okay? Enormous pleasure even, okay? Short-term gains with long-term consequences. This movie highlights the short-term gain, eliminates the long-term consequences, all right? There are no consequences. I wish, if you and me lived in that world, we would probably screw around every day, knowing that nothing bad could happen to us for doing it. Okay? But we don't live in that world. In real life, actions have repercussions. Okay? I was just talking to someone a little while ago about this movie, and I said, can you imagine if it would have been the other way around? If it had been the man who was the CEO who was having an affair with a woman who was like 25 years old, an intern no less, at his company that he's the CEO of, okay? And then the scene comes where he has to explain to his older wife that the reason he cheated, okay, had nothing to do with the fact that she's in her 50s and not nearly as attractive as she used to be, and she has stretch marks now, and she's inattentive, and she doesn't satisfy him sexually because she looks, like crap. Okay, she doesn't have the same body that she used to have when they first got married. Okay, that kind of thing, But tells her, but it's not you, it's me. Okay, she's just super hot and she gives great blowjobs, and she lets me come inside of her, and I don't have to ask her for sex. She just gives it to me, and it's awesome, And not only that, but she when she's right at me, she looks like she has a great time. That kind of gets me turned on. I like that. Because I don't get that from you. But it's not your fault. It's my fault. The problem is me. I'm just being selfish. That kind of thing. All right. Then at the end of the movie, absolutely nothing happens to him. She stays with him, and everything just goes back to normal. No consequences. Can you imagine that movie happening? Especially when most of the movie is spent watching him lie to his wife, okay, and screw around, and go to places, And then the mistress shows up at the dinner table, okay, and the wife is completely oblivious to it. Like, she actually hangs out with his kids and stuff, all that, Yeah, wouldn't you love to see that? I'd like to see that movie, but you're never going to see that movie. You know why? Because Hollywood would never allow it, okay? Because it's biased, okay? Hollywood will allow it only if the woman cheats, it's allowed, because that's a woman exploring her sexuality. But when a man cheats, it's misogyny, okay? It's sexism, okay? It's deviant behavior, okay? And the men need to be punished at the end by the end of the movie. They need to suffer for what they've done, okay? You know what I mean? That's the only acceptable ending that anyone in Hollywood will allow when a man cheats on his wife. Okay. Also, they wouldn't show it. Okay, the man would have to do it off screen, so you'll never get to see like him orgasming inside of her. None of that stuff. You never have to see her orgasming with him. They would never show that because that would hurt a woman's feelings to see that. To see her husband having so much fun with a woman who's more attractive and better at sex than she is, and younger and all that. Okay, yeah, that would hurt a woman's feelings. So they wouldn't show it. It'd be something off screen. Okay, because you can't take away from the woman being the main character, right? Can't do that, okay? Can't depict women as negative, in a negative light, okay? Although realistically, that's how it would turn out, okay? And instead of the husband would not grovel to his wife about the affair, he would just tell her, hey, listen, I did it, okay? It's not your fault. It's my fault. I got problems. I can't keep it in my pants. I can't control myself, and, I'm never going to, I only did it once. That's the Arnold Schwarzenegger defense, okay? He told Maria Shriver he only fucked the maid once when he was actually having an affair. Okay, it was wrong what I did, and I'm sorry I did it, and I just want you to know that the problem is me, it's not you, that kind of thing. Okay, you imagine that? That would never happen in a movie. They would never allow it. But yet this piece of crap gets allowed because it's considered good when men are emasculated. It's considered good when men are cuckolded in movies, okay? And I'm mad. I'm mad at Antonio Banderas for playing the role of the cuck. Okay, I mean, this guy was Zorro. This guy was freaking, he's a role model for children. He's daggone Puss in Boots, for Christ's sake. Okay, he's the Once Upon a Time in Mexico guy. He's El Mariachi. What the hell? He's the dad from Spy Kids. You see what I mean? He's the 13th warrior. I mean, why would you take this role? This is what you're going to be remembered for. Not as a Latin lover, as a Latin cuck. That's just degrading. That's just degrading. Anyway. Yeah. So this movie triggered me. It triggered me when I saw the trailer for it, and that's the reason I decided to review it. Although most of my female friends, they don't like the fact that I'm reviewing this movie because this movie does not deserve a review. Okay, that's what they told me. Okay, but I think the fact that it provoked a response from me tells me it needs a review. Okay. It needs a review. And that's what I've done here. That's why there's so many videos on this, because I'm going to cover every aspect of it so that I never have to talk about it again. I'm going to get it out of my system. Okay? Before I go into that, though, real quickly here, I keep forgetting to do this. There. Diego knows. It knows Diego. That is my X right there, because all these videos go on X as well. And then this right here, Diego de la Vega knows. Okay, that's my Rumble. Okay? Because all these videos go on Rumble as well. I post them on both places. Okay? Because you know damn well how YouTube is. Okay, YouTube is Silicon Valley, and Silicon Valley is San Francisco. Okay, that should tell you everything you need to know about the people that run YouTube. Okay, and what they're going to allow on their platform and what they're not. Okay. So let's go ahead. Let's get back to this thing here. All right, now where we left off last time. Romy, Nicole Kidman's character, the one who's been having the affair, okay, she decides to confess to her husband, Jacob, played by Antonio Banderas, okay, and by confess, I mean she lies to him. She tells him that, the problem is with her, that she has these deviant sexual fantasies about S&M, that she tried to get help for, but she can't. She's been this way since she was a little girl, okay, and she's never had an out. She's never experienced these fantasies or anything like that. But she gets turned on by danger being involved. Okay, by the risk being involved. Okay, that kind of thing. That's what turns her on. That's what gets her wet. That's what makes her come. Her husband. She does not mention that her husband has not been able to do it for. Oh no, I take that back. She did mention that, but that was an earlier scene where she told her husband, "You've never made me come ever." Okay, which is kind of a hard thing to say, man. That's like, damn. Really, you're gonna tell him that? I mean, if he hasn't made you come, there's other ways you can tell him without telling him like that. Just yelling at him. I mean, he didn't do anything wrong. He didn't do anything to deserve that, you know? But she's too caught up on her lover, Samuel, who's like 25 years old, and one of her interns. Yes, she's the CEO and he's an intern. Okay? She's been having sex with him because he gets her off. He knows how to get her off, okay? He dominates her. He tells her what to do. Makes her sit in the corner, look at the wall, and makes her come. All that. He does all that stuff, and so she's addicted to him now. She doesn't give two shits about her husband. The only reason she's confessing is because her assistant, who just happens to be Samuel's girlfriend, her black secretary, blackmailed her. I mean, Samuel was blackmailing her too, but now that her secretary is blackmailing her, she has to come clean. Okay, so she lies and tells her husband it was only one time, and that she's never done it again, and she's never met this man before, and she'll never meet him again. She don't even know the man's name. All this is bullshit, okay? Her husband, Jacob, has met him before. He's had breakfast with him and his family at his own dinner table. He's been to his daughter's birthday party, okay? He definitely knows who this guy is. Okay, it was not one time. It's many, many times. It's been in different hotel rooms, nice hotel rooms, shitty hotel rooms, closets, bathrooms, elevators, office rooms. They've been doing it everywhere. They've been fucking like rabbits everywhere in this movie. Okay? So yeah, even in nightclubs. Okay? So this has been going on, okay, this whole time, but now she's telling him that she's got it out of her system now and all that kind of stuff. Well, of course, her husband's mad. Jacob's mad. He yells at her. He says, "You're a liar. You lied to me. You lied to us." Okay? You know, you risked your whole family over for what? For what? You betrayed me. You've been bullshitting me. You know, I want you out of this house. Okay? You know, what the fuck? You know, that kind of. So he's pissed off, and she's just like, ah. Like, she's not even really guilty. Okay? She's just like, what the fuck, man? You know? She's just like, damn it, dude. You don't have to be that mean. You don't have to yell at me that loud. I mean, what the fuck, you know? And well, she didn't even tell him the truth. That's why I know she's not sorry for what she did. She didn't even tell him the truth about what happened. Okay, she lied. She said it was only a one-time thing with a guy that she didn't know and that she'll never see again, and blah, blah, blah. We all know that's bullshit. This whole movie's been about her cheating on her husband. Okay? So I can't even get respect back for her character. I've never had respect for her character because she's a fucking cunt. She's been a cunt throughout the entire movie. Way before she ever met Samuel, she was still a selfish piece of shit. Okay? She has been. She's been a liar, a duplicitous the entire time since the movie started. There's nothing about her that makes me want to feel sorry for her. There's nothing about her that makes me want to care about her problems, that makes me want to see her succeed. There's nothing about her. She's a deplorable person doing deplorable things with other deplorable people. Okay? And the only good characters in this movie are the ones that get fucked over. Now, what does that say to a man who watches this movie? What does that say to a kid who's thinking about marrying his girlfriend or something like that? What is he going to think when he sees shit like this? Okay? Maybe think twice, right? Maybe vet your girlfriend more before you put a ring on it. Or maybe, how about better yet, how about just, instead of fucking growing up to be fucking Jacob, why don't you just grow up to be Samuel? Okay, just fuck a lot of women. Just have fun. There's no rule that says you have to marry him. There's no rule that says you have to get married. There's no pressure for you to get married. Because look at the people that do get married. What happens to them? They get divorced. Okay? It's like 55% of all marriages in America get divorced. Okay? And for those of you that get married a second time, it's 70%. A third time, it's 95% divorce. And who initiates the divorce? Okay? 75% of the time, it's the woman. So you cannot make a woman happy, no matter how many times she gets married. She'll never be happy. There's always a bigger, better dick out there. Okay? A more handsome guy, a more charming guy. Okay? A sexually better guy. Okay? A richer guy. Okay? There's always going to be another guy. All right? Here's a problem with that is when women play that field, they can get away with that for a while, but eventually they're going to get to Nicole Kidman's age. Okay? 57. And they're not going to be able to do that as much anymore. They've lost their attractability. Okay? The younger women have taken that spot. Okay? And so when that happens, that's when women like this have a mental breakdown. They can't reconcile the fact that men don't find them attractive, especially high value men do not find them attractive. That the only men they can get are low value men, okay, and who they've never dated before. Now they have to slum it and date men that they never would have dated when they were younger. You see what I mean? And that builds up more resentment. That builds up more anger. Makes them want to cheat more because now they settle for a guy that they don't really like that much. Okay? God forbid a handsome, attractive guy shows up. She will immediately cheat on her husband for this guy. That guy's going to dump her because he doesn't do leftovers. And if he's high value, which he has to be or else she wouldn't cheat on her husband with, okay, he's not going to find this woman attractive for long. She's going to be a one and done thing and then get rid of her. Okay? And then what is she going to do? She's going to blame all men. Blame all men for her life sucking. Okay? Instead of accepting responsibility for her own actions. Okay? Accountability is a terrible word for women. Okay? They don't seem to like that word very much. Okay? In fact, it never even appears in this movie. Neither the concept nor the word itself. Okay? Okay, because that's the kind of world that these chick flicks want to give to women. Okay? That you can do whatever you want. You will not be held accountable for it. Okay? You will not suffer any consequences for your actions. Okay? So just go, you do you. Okay? And if any man says anything bad about it, okay, that's just misogyny. Okay, exactly. Go explore your sexuality no matter what the cost. Okay, because your pleasure is more important than anyone else's. You see what I mean? That's the message here. That's what they're trying to tell you. Go ahead and do it. Okay, don't worry. Everything will still be there when you come back, if you come back. You see what I mean? And that's a bullshit message. Okay, that offers no respect for other people. Okay, there's no respect shown for the fucking kid, her kids, or her husband, or fucking even her other employees. There's no respect. Okay. So how am I supposed to fucking care about this woman? I don't give two shits about her. I don't give two shits about Romy. She's a fucking piece of shit. Okay, she can't even confess in an honorable way. Okay, so since Jacob kicked her out of the house, she goes out to her country house. Yes, she's a billionaire. She has a house in the country that she spends her weekends there, and she's all there by herself in this big house. Okay, because her husband is in the penthouse in the city with their two daughters, and she's just there by herself, sitting in the dark. Oh, and there's a Christmas tree that's on. And she's just sitting there by herself, sulking, feeling sorry for herself, all depressed. She can't see Samuel anymore. That's what she's really depressed about, is Esme told Romy that she's no longer allowed to see Samuel again. And that's what really fucked her over, okay? That's the only reason she confessed, okay, to Jacob, to her husband, was because her lover's girlfriend gave her an ultimatum and told her, you will not see my boyfriend ever again, okay, in that way. Or else I go to HR. Okay, so that's what's she's really depressed about. Not the fact that her family's all fucked up now. Not that she did a bunch of terrible things that she can never make up for. Okay, it's that she can't see Samuel anymore. So that's why she's wallowing in self-pity. Blue hoo hoo, my heart bleeds for you, you fucking bitch. Anyway, so she's in the country house. She smokes a lot of cigarettes. Okay, she can't sleep. Boo hoo hoo. Okay, in the middle of the night, she gets woken up in the middle of the night. Okay, in the dark, and she goes outside and look. There's some noise coming from the swimming pool. And guess who's there in the swimming pool? It's Samuel. Yes, Samuel knows where she lives in her country house because he's been there before. He sat there and had breakfast with her husband and her two kids. Yes, he even played with her husband and her two daughters out in the field. Okay, out in the woods by their house. Yes, he knows exactly where she lives. Okay, so he just shows up there unannounced, uninvited. Okay, and starts swimming in her heated pool. Okay, well, of course, this gets her all horny, and she decides to go out there. Fuck the bullshit apology she gave her husband. Okay, she goes out there, finds Samuel swimming in her pool, and she runs out there to tell him to leave. Okay, but she is a paper tiger. Whenever she says something, Samuel ignores it and does the opposite, and she goes along with it. Okay, she says, don't do that, don't. He's like, and he does it, and then she's like, oh, and then she kisses him back. Okay, this has consistently happened throughout the entire fucking movie. Okay, her protestations mean absolutely nothing. Okay, so there's that. She runs out there to tell him to leave. He pulls her into the pool instead, and they start making out in the pool. Okay, so all that I guess remorse that she was supposedly had. Okay, that confession to her husband and all that doesn't mean shit. Here she is doing it again. Okay, I mean, even from a woman's point of view, before you think that I'm taking it personal because she fucked over a man, but look at the woman's point of view. Okay, Samuel has a girlfriend, Esme. Okay, Romy's fucking her over too. Do you even care about that? Does that even matter? You see what I mean? It's not just Jacob that's getting fucked over here. Anyway, so that's going on here. Not only that, but fucking Samuel fucking likes to fuck guys too. Win all the way around. Anyway, yeah, so they start making out in the pool, and then he tells her something really, really erotic. He tells her, I could drown you right now, and no one would even know it was me. Yeah, that turns me on too. Okay, you know, yeah, women always get turned on when you threaten to fucking kill them. And that you'll get, and the last thing they hear before they die is that you're going to get away with it. Okay, back inside the house. Okay, she asked Sam, okay, if she messed with his head. So now she's the one that feels guilty. Did I fuck you over, Sam? Was I playing mind games with your head? Did I mess with your head? Sam, of course, she has never messed with his head. He has been in control the entire time. He's been mind fucking her this entire time. She never ever had power over him. He has always had power over her. That's pretty fucking obvious, okay? He pretends to be sort of a victim. Okay, that's why he asks her, please hold me, and says stupid shit like that. You're not treating me nice. Oh my God, why are you talking to me? Why you make me feel that way? He says shit like that to manipulate her into her motherly actions coming out. Okay, so that she can take care of him. He's wounded. He's a wounded puppy that I have to take care of. It's all bullshit. It's all fucking fake. Okay, he gaslights her because he knows that she's going to capitulate to whatever the fuck he wants. Okay, so no, he's just manipulating her, and she's too fucking stupid to realize that. Okay, how am I supposed to respect her? She's a fucking dumbass bitch. Okay. Okay, so that's going on here. And then he tells her, yeah, well, I kind of mess with your mind a little bit. Not as much as you mess with mine, but I mess with your mind a little bit, so we're even. Like that, okay? Like, you fucking know he's full of shit. Okay? So that's going on here. Okay? And, you know, like I said, she did not mess with his head. Okay? He just wants her to think that she has power over him. He wants her to think that they have power over each other, when the truth is the power is only from his side. He's the one that's got power over her. She has no power over him at all. Okay? Because at any moment, he can fucking leave her. And if that happens, she'll be destroyed. She'll chase after him. She'll crawl after him. She'll beg him to come back. In a way that she wouldn't even do that with her own husband. Okay? But she'll do that with him. Okay? So that's what I'm talking about. Okay? She couldn't even fucking confess to her husband, honestly. Okay? When she said, I don't love him. Bull fucking shit. You're obsessed with Samuel in a way that you're not with your husband or anything, or not even with your company that you built, not even your employee, nothing. Okay? She cares more about Samuel than she cares about her own fucking life. Okay? How fucking sad is that? Okay? Whenever women complain to me about their boyfriends being assholes, you know, but I love him and all that shit, you know what? I tell them, good for you. Stay with him. Stay with him. Okay? Because any woman's going to put up with a man's bullshit like that, okay, she deserves him. Okay? Fuck white knighting these bitches, okay? You chose to be with a piece of fucking shit because he's doing something for you the other man can't do. Okay? So if it's that important to you, okay, then you need to fucking stay with him. And the fact that you are with him means that it is that important to you. Okay? So why the fuck should I help you? You see what I mean? And that's the truth. And this is the way you got to be with some of these fucking cunts out there. I'm sorry, but it's fucking true. There's no fucking victims out here, or there's very few victims out here. Women are in their situations because they fucking want to be. Just like men. Men are in their situations because they fucking want to be. Okay? I saw a movie the other night where this guy is married to this woman that keeps fucking yelling at him and emasculating. What the fuck are you still married to her for? What the fuck? Why are you still with her? I love her. What the fuck you love a woman that treats you like shit 24/7? Okay? Don't fucking complain to me. You married that. You're the one that's choosing to stay with that. So what the fuck? And then the same goes for women. Okay? Oh, so he beats you up every once in a while. Oh, so he cheats on you every once in a while. Oh, so he manipulates you and he steals your fucking money. Okay? And he fucking hurts your animals and shit. What does it fucking matter? You know why? Because he makes you come like no other man ever has. Okay? So you fucking decide which one of these things is more important. Okay? And whatever you pick, live with it. All right, so that's going on here, okay? You know, Sam says, yeah, but I think I messed with your mind a little bit too, so I guess we're both responsible, equally responsible, okay? And then Romy says, like, no, that doesn't make it okay. And then Sam says, I think we're okay. I think we're even. And just at that moment, in the dark, in the house, Jacob walks in. Yes, Romy's husband walks in the door. And the first thing he sees is his wife and Samuel on the floor together. So now he's figured it out. That apology she gave him was full of shit. She told him that he had never met the guy that she fucked, and that she didn't even know his name, and that it was only one time. Okay? No. Okay, all this is bullshit. And now Jacob knows that. Now, is that information going to make Jacob lose respect for his wife even more? No, not at all. Okay, anyway, Jacob tells Romy to leave the room. He wants to talk to Samuel by himself. Romy's screaming like, no, don't. And he's like basically trying to tell her, hey, leave me alone 5 minutes with him. That's all I need. Okay, go to the other room. Let me talk to this guy. Just 5 minutes. And she's like, no, don't hurt him. Don't. He's like, just give me 5 minutes with him. Okay, and then fucking Sam comes in, white knights from behind, puts his hand on fucking Jacob's shoulder and goes like, hey, calm down. He's like, don't touch me. Don't touch me. And then he goes back to trying to shove his wife out of the room. And then Samuel grabs him again. And now it's fucking on like Donkey Kong. All right. And this is probably my favorite scene in the movie because I love fight scenes. All right. So that's going on here. Okay. Tries to stop him. Samuel tells him to calm down. When this is going on, okay, you're not going to fucking calm down. Okay. And he puts his hands on Jacob. Jacob takes Sam down, tackles him down to the ground, and then they go at it, okay? Okay, they start wrecking the house, fighting through all the rooms and shit, breaking shit, knocking over books and cabinets and shit like that, okay? Romy's just like, no, stop it, you two, stop it. This is your fault, you fucking cunt. You know how ladies, how when your boyfriend cheats on you, a boyfriend that you love, he cheats on you, right? You find out about it. You find out it's with one of your friends, one of your girlfriends. So that means that she lied about it too. And they've been doing this the whole time, completely behind your back. You had no clue. You had complete trust in him. And then all of a sudden this gets sprung in your lap. And you're devastated by it. So, and then he's trying to tell you, hey, listen, I'm sorry, dude. It was a mistake and that kind of shit, right? Well, you're not hearing any of that shit, are you? No, you're not. Okay, so what do? Well, what most women do is they go out there and they find another guy and they fuck that other guy. Okay? And revenge sex. Okay? And then some women will go so far as to like send her now ex-boyfriend pictures of herself getting filled out by this other guy, Well, she'll post it on social media and stuff just to rub it in, okay, that you're not the only one that can fuck other people too, okay? And the reason they do that, okay, is to hurt the man that hurt them, okay? That's why they do it, okay? Her boyfriend hurt her, so now she's gonna hurt him. And what does she know is going to hurt him if she's fucking someone else? Okay? You see what I mean? One betrayal for another. All right? That is a consequence. That's a consequence that men have to face. Okay? Guys, if you're cheating on your girlfriend and she finds out, she's probably going to cheat on you. She's gonna go fuck another guy. Okay? That's going to happen. So you need to know that. Know that before you fuck around. Okay, if she finds out, I know damn well she's gonna fuck another guy to get back at me. You see what I mean? Is it petty? Yeah, you know what? Is it wrong? Maybe, okay. But two wrongs don't make a right. Yeah, but you know what they do make? They make an even. Okay? Okay, and I can live with that. All right, so in this case, here she is screaming, okay? Ladies, when you cheat on your husband or you cheat on your boyfriend, when he finds out, okay, the chances are high that he's gonna want to beat the shit out of this guy, okay? That is a consequence of your actions, okay? That is a consequence, all right? So, yes, the men are responsible for their own actions. I get that, okay? But if you're put in a situation like this one, okay, yes, more than likely, your husband, your boyfriend is going to beat the shit out of the guy that's been fucking his woman. Okay? That's just life. Okay? That's just the way things are. All right? This movie tries to make it look like they're both acting immature here. You know? No. Okay? This is a consequence. This is a consequence. This is going to happen. All right? And yeah, I do talk from experience. This is going to happen. Okay? So yeah, so they're fighting for a while. Of course, Jacob loses the fight because he's not a real man. Okay, and Romy's here, no. And then Sam wins the fight, but Romy pulls Sam off of Jacob before he has a chance to deliver the final blow, which kind of pisses me off. And then Jacob looks over at Samuel and says like, I felt sorry for you, motherfucker. And that's true, he did. Okay, when Samuel showed up at his house with Romy's computer, that was his excuse for coming over there. He gave Jacob and his daughters his backstory. You know, he grew up poor. His dad was a security guard or something. Then he became like a poet or something like that. So he didn't grow up in this nice house, okay, like Romy and her family are living in. Okay, and so Jacob felt sorry for this kid, this 25-year-old kid who's working as an intern for his wife's company. You know, that he didn't grow up in a family like Jacob has. You see what I mean? He felt sorry for this guy. Okay, and now this guy was fucking his wife the whole time. Okay, yeah, it's pretty sad. Okay, you know, and this whole time I'm watching this, it seems that to me that Romy's more concerned if Samuel is okay in this whole fight than she is about her own fucking husband. Okay? At no point does she ever seem like she's concerned about Jacob. Okay? You know? I think that the only reason she pulled Samuel off of Jacob was because she didn't want Samuel to go to jail. That's what I think. Sam gets up to leave, but Jacob, of course, being a pussy that he is, oh, wait a minute. No. Wait a minute. No, I take that back. Okay. Jacob tells Samuel, I trusted you, motherfucker. And then Jacob attacks again. That's right. Round 2, electric boogaloo. He comes at him again. At this point, I gain more respect for Jacob. It's like, okay, he got his lumps in the first round. Now it's round 2, motherfucker. Okay, you're fighting for your wife. You're fighting for your fucking kids, your family, your life, and everything that you've built comes up to this moment. And here's this little fucking prick, okay, that's threatening to take all that away from you. What the fuck are you going to do? Okay? Are you going to fucking fold? Well, of course he folds. Of course he does, right? Okay, they start punching each other again, okay, and then, and we don't see anything. The next scene, the fight's already over with. We see Jacob on the floor holding his face, and we see Samuel sitting in a chair holding his face. And we see Romy coming out of the kitchen with 2 frozen bags of vegetables, and she gives one to fucking Jacob, and she gives the other one to fucking Samuel, and they put it on their face. Okay? If I had written this, this ain't the way it would have gone down. If this had been me, I would have written a more realistic ending. I'll just put you that way. It would have been a little bit more realistic. Okay? This is not the ending, by the way. I'm talking about the end of the whole movie. It would have been a lot more realistic, okay? It wouldn't have been this piece of shit. Okay? But you know what? They're not going to let a straight guy like me write these type of movies because they won't get made. Okay? Even though men will spend billions of dollars to see movies about adultery written by men from a man's point of view for a change, they would never allow it. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so of course, the woman's going to win, of course. Okay, so that's going on here. Okay, they're both sitting in the living room. Romy brings them both bags of frozen vegetables. They put it on their faces. Okay, does she even really give a shit about her husband? I doubt it. Okay, Sam gets up to leave, but Jacob, being a pussy that he is, okay, asks him to please sit down. No, sit down, please. Just sit down. Just sit down. It's okay. And he tells Sam that he's the victim. Don't you realize that she's using you? No, you dumb fucking male feminist fuck. he's using her. Jacob says, like, she used you. She abused you. Humiliation, submission, domination, whatever you want to call it. You know, Jacob, you're a fucking dumbass. Okay? Your wife is the submissive one here. Okay? See, Jacob seems to think that women who like to be dominated, who like to be abused, who like to be ordered around and pushed around, that's just a male fantasy. It's not real. It's not real. Yeah, just like that. Like the fucking soy boy vagina that he is. Okay? You know, he tells me, he says, female masochism, it's nothing but a male fantasy, a male construct. Okay, oh yeah, he took gender studies classes, obviously. A male construct, so it's not real. Women don't like to be dominated in the bedroom. They don't like to be ordered around and told what to do, okay? Honestly, I think most women don't, but women that usually bark orders all the damn time, they don't want to have to do that when they get home as well, okay? At home, they want someone else to take charge of that shit, okay? That's been my experience with women, okay? I understand why Romy likes to be dominated, okay? Because at work, she dominates everybody, okay? She tells everybody what to do. She's responsible for everything, okay? And for her to come home and have to do that as well, it must be tiring and aggravating for her, okay? If her husband had been more masculine, if he had been more dominating, okay, she wouldn't have the problem. She wouldn't have had to go find another guy, okay? But Jacob doesn't want to fucking be the head of his household. He wants her to do it, okay? That's why he's a pussy. That's why he's a male feminist. He's probably learned this shit in college, okay? That if you put the woman in charge of everything, it's going to make her more attractive to you. No, it's not. It's going to make her less attractive to you. She wants a man who takes fucking charge. Not 24/7, but at least in her personal life. And that's fucking true. That is true. Okay? That's why she's attracted to Samuel. Because he takes charge of the fucking bedroom. Okay? Whereas Jacob doesn't. You see what I mean? And he thinks that Samuel, that him dominating her is something that she talked him into doing. No, he did that on purpose. He's the one that did it. Because his wife likes it. You know? So yes, Jacob is a woke fucking male feminist, okay? And then Sam tells him, no, you're wrong. Nope. It's not a male construct. It's not a male fantasy. You're wrong. That's a dated idea. That's a dated idea of sexuality. So now fucking Samuel's a fucking sex ed college professor. Okay? You know, like what the fuck? Anyway, he's like, you're the one who doesn't understand, Jacob. Okay? And then Jacob seems to start having a heart attack. What do you mean I don't... Yeah, so it looks like he's having a heart attack, but actually he's having a panic attack. Okay? He's having a panic attack. Okay? Why? Because he's a fucking bitch. He can't handle stress. He's not a real fucking man. Okay? And that's the point of this movie. Women, if you're married to a guy like this, like Jacob, a guy that all the women that he's surrounded himself with have told him is the kind of man you're supposed to be, a weak, limp dick, you know, a metrosexual pussy soy boy, okay, who treats all women with absolute respect and honor, then you're going to get fucking cheated on, okay? And that's the truth. You're more likely to get, that's a better thing to say, more likely to get cheated on, okay? Women are attracted to men, and no amount of fucking feminism is going to fucking change that, okay? No amount of fucking body positivity or fucking LGBTQ bullshit or trans bullshit is going to change the fact that women are attracted to fucking men. Women that act like women are attracted to men that act like fucking men. Despite all the social programming, you keep seeing these goddamn woke TV shows and woke piece of shit movies like this. Okay? Jacob is not who you want to grow up to be. Okay, what's the point of being successful at your career and having money and living in nice places and wearing nice clothes, okay, and having all this shit if you're just going to get fucking cucked at the end of the day? You see what I mean? It's nothing to do with class, okay? There's lots of millionaires out there whose wives are fucking around on them, okay? Because no amount of money can make up for a man that doesn't act like a fucking man. And that's the fucking truth. And even if you do act like a man and your wife fucks you over anyway, you know what? You're going to handle it like a fucking man. And you're going to fucking get someone else. Because that's what a man does. You're not going to fucking sit and cry about it and start talking fucking gender study professor language. And crying like a little fucking bitch. The fuck, man. God damn. So that's going on here, okay? He's having an anxiety attack, okay? But he refuses Romy's help when she tries to help. Oh, don't touch, you know. No, I can't blame him for that. Okay, Sam gives him some water. Yeah, so the guy's fucking your wife, okay? He's the one that helps him out. Gives him some water to drink. Hey, it's okay, breathe, just breathe. It's all right, man, calm down, just breathe. Focus on my voice, it's okay, everything's gonna be okay, don't worry about it. It's fine, here, drink some water. That kind of thing, yeah, the guy dude, you're fucking his wife. Sam actually consoles him. The guy that's been fucking his wife is the one giving him a pep talk right now. Can you imagine the vitriol that the writer of this movie must have towards men? That the guy who got fucked over throughout this entire movie is being consoled by the guy that fucked him over throughout this entire movie. Oh, wow. Anyway, that's going on here. And he actually gives him a pep talk and tells him, don't give in to your anxiety, don't give in to your fear, your hatred, don't give in to that, okay? Just calm down, it's okay. Drink some water, you'll be fine, okay? You'll be okay. And then Jacob's like, like a little fucking baby, like the fucking pussy boy that he fucking is. Antonio Banderas, you're never going to come back from this, okay? Your career is never going to come back from this. I'm sorry. You ruined it. Jesus fucking Christ. Jacob, take it like a fucking man! You know, being a man is a lot more, okay, than just taking care of your fucking kids, okay? No woman ever got turned on by a guy who is just a good, responsible guy. That has never made a fucking pussy wet in the history of fucking time! That's like you getting turned on by your wife being a lawyer. What the fuck does that have to do with how attracted you are to her? That's the way women are. Oh, so you fucking pay your bills. Oh, so you spend time with your kids. So you don't lie, you don't cheat, you don't steal. Okay, that doesn't get a fucking pussy wet. You gotta be a fucking man. Being a man is about taking care of life. Not crying like a fucking bitch. When shit goes wrong, you fucking step up and you fucking handle it. And you deal with it. And you pick yourself back up. A woman fucks you over, you get another woman. You don't cry like a fucking bitch. See, you single moms out there, this is what you've done. Jacob is a perfect example. All you fucking single moms out there raising your sons to be fucking pussies because they have no male role models, this is what they're going to end up being. This is what's going to fucking happen to them. They have no fucking dad. That's your son in the future right now. Being a good guy is not enough. So what does Samuel tell Jacob? He says, look, man, I'm sorry. He's like, okay, I'm really sorry. And then he just gets up, leaves this fucking pathetic crybaby there, bawling like a little fucking bitch. He gets up, he leaves, he steps over some broken pottery, okay, and goes up to the front door. He grabs his shoes, he puts his shoes on. He doesn't clean up the mess that he fucking made, and he just walks out the door. And Romy just stares at him. Like that. That's how the scene ends. All right, I'm getting pissed off now. So I'll be back to continue my review of this piece of shit. I thank you very much for watching this long. I'll see you soon on the next one. Bye.